Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners. Oh, UV.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
And hello, ladies and gentle germs. Welcome back to another Hump Day celebration of the RSG. It's Wednesday night. You know what time it is. It is time for yours truly, Ranger J 1999, to bring in the happiness and warmth of another stream. You'll notice that I don't have the forums up. Why? Because we have literally no news right now. So, yeah, that's the thing. We're just going to SWGOH and chill tonight. That's the name of the stream. And when we don't have stuff to report, I mean, I'm not going to report just nothing. So, you know, I mean, yeah. Clayton's with me. We'll do his introduction here. He says he's on the phone. He's probably ordering more sushi. But welcome to the Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream for this game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Kappa Games. I'm your boy Ranger J 1999. Welcome you to Mike. Guess what day it is? That's right. It's a Hump Day celebration, and we have literally nothing to report on the news. So I've got the game up. We'll do a few little things in Conquest, and we're just going to hang out and answer your questions and have fun with you guys. Why not? I mean, it's Wednesday. Got nothing else to do, so we'll talk about the game, discuss the game, answer your questions. If you have a question that you would like to pose to myself or the Clayton, all you need to do is put your question in the chat, and make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement, and then we'll get that scooped up. And then comments, whatever, just put it in there. I'll respond to somebody in Discord, as is tradition. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments, blah blah blah. You hear content creators, it does matter, but I just say it to say it. I mean, most important thing is how long do you watch the video for? So, there's that. But yeah, we're just going to be goofy tonight, play the game. I don't really have anything else. It's kind of nice, little chill. We're doing some TV. I did all my TV battles. Those are all knocked out. So give your greeting. Say hi. Say hi to me. Say hi to Clayton. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to all the viewers in the chat. Get your questions in. And we're just going to do Q&A tonight. Say hi to everybody and just kind of chill. I mean, yeah, as I said, the only thing I got going on is Conquest in the game right now. So yeah, just building up, doing our thing. So we have, I need to go clean up these battles here. So I'm doing sector 3. What do I need to do? Yeah, we need to clean up this crap. So let's do that. Let's clean up this poo-poo that I left earlier. Yeah, so I did some boo-boos here. I was trying some teams and they didn't go well. And I'm just like, okay, damn it. So I need to do a couple first order battles. So, yeah. Alright, let me see here. We'll put first order up. Do a couple battles with those. But yeah, give you greetings, say hi to the chat, and let's SWGOH it up, baby. Let's do some good work here. Alright, and I'm going to get this started, and then that's it. So, yeah, glad to see you guys here. Hello to Mr. Bone. How do you feel, Mr. Bone? Wet All 3 says, happy Wednesday evening either way. Hey. Got some rain pouring down on my ass right now, so yeah. Ray Rock says, happy hump night, Ranger, and strokers of Wookiees. Yeah, that describes the night quite well. Drink a little bourbon. Usually Wednesdays and Saturday or Fridays, you know, I can get my drink in. Can't do it in the other streams because I'm just way too bloody busy. Once in a while, you know, sometimes I drink on GA Center, but a lot of times I'm drinking water. Mainly because I'm trying to talk as much as I do in the GA Center. which I'll do tomorrow. We'll have the lunch stream tomorrow. We'll do the GAC Center tomorrow night. And then Friday we'll do, what are we going to do Friday? We'll do the lunch stream, and then we'll do happy hour. And then Saturday morning we'll have Jedi Academy. So some good streams coming up for you guys. All right, Kylo Ren, go in there and do some good work. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. That's right. We can do that there. What else? 23. Why the bloody hell not? All right. Let's poke him because I hate him. I hate him so much. I hope he dies. Free shots. That's right. That's right. You guys can do all the crap you want, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cleanse because I can. You're going to do that crap. All right. Let's put this back to Kylo. And then let's say away. As is tradition. Yeah, look, you died. How do you like that? I like them apples. You don't like that, do you? Yeah, you don't like them counterattacks, do you? How about you, fifth brother? You like them counterattacks? You like it in the face? How about that? Huh? You like that? Like that? You butthole? Yeah, you die. Hello, Fatality V2. Welcome. He says, hey, skewers. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Clean's on a phone call, so as he gets back, we will get him up and running. This was 1 out of 3. Dooku team, yeah, let's use Kylo here. Should be okay. Clean this up. Get those extra banners. We need every banner we can get. So we can get Ben Swallow. I'm Ben Swallow. But keep your comments, questions, all that stuff. It's SWGOH and Chill. We got nothing going on, so we're just going to hang out with you wonderful and amazing folks and rock and roll. That's all we're going to do. And you're gonna put taxes on me? You're going to do that? Okay. I got something for you. It's called Kylo. Carl Run. It's pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty sick ass character. Yeah, we'll poke you. Okay, and you're all in big doo-doo trouble because it's my turn. Yes, good. Kylo's gonna wreck you. You're gonna get wrecked, fool. Man, there's a lot of counterattacks. Okay. Well, I mean, sure, why not? Don't kill him, please. You did kill him. God damn it.
Hero.
Oh, hero. It will pick up another star, but that's just annoying. Bloody hell.
Some of these.
Never mind. God damn. First order needs some stamina. This is pointless. Because we lost. Yeah, we lost.
Lobster.
Yeah, lost lobster. I can't have that. Lost lobster. We lost first order. They came from behind.
Well, you can take the first order win here as for your global. Not anymore. Not anymore.
We'll do some more tomorrow. I mean, I have one more fight I can do. Who do we want to use here? Who do I got 100% that's going to raffle stomp them? Gas 501st, you're being called.
Ooh, I'm only one burrito higher than you.
Oh. No, not after I do this.
It's true.
Hello, Lord Megatron. Bringing in the Decepticons to hang out with the skewers tonight. Very nice. Well, me and Clayton are in the belief that Profundity is coming next week. So we'll get some information on that next week. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah, my guess if they should announce it Wednesday and it'll go live they'll announce it Monday and it'll go live Wednesday, Thursday. Which is, I think, part of the reason why we don't have anything going on this week. They're saving everything for next week.
Yeah.
Because they probably have some things to get put together. Did you answer what else's question about the best Malgus team for fives?
Yeah, we've talked about that before. I mean, I'm still thinking it's Malgus, Revan, Basti. I'm still thinking Marauder and Darth Talon. Because I'm still thinking I may move Malik to C. Not 100% on that yet. I'm still thinking about it, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're going to use C offensively and you don't have the Datacron, I wouldn't worry about taking Malik along. If you do get that level 9 Datacron for shenanigans, then go nuts. But I'm thinking the trio DR. Oh, come on. DR, Basti, Malgus, Talon, and Malik. Hold on, let's work.
The gas doing good work. Get old reliable gas. Whenever you need something, just use gas. because he's dopest. It's a 1-day event. Heinz seemed to think is a 7-day thing. What was the Executor? Was that a 1-day event, or was that like a 3-day event? I don't remember. I'm not sure. What else in theory says next week would be very good. I need the time for Radish Art. Sure. He just says, hey, all sorry for driving and listening. That's okay. You drive and listen. Don't do anything else. Just drive and listen. Don't do anything else. Please. Shadowville, my H-Town brother from another mother, deep in the heart of Texas. Says, howdy. Howdy, partner. Executor was a 1-day. It could be. It was made. Okay, cool. So it was a 1-day event. So, all right. I'm saving up all my crystals for that. I mean, we're looking pretty solid for what we need for the profanity. Profanity. Do, 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 do. Profanity. Do, 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 do. Just got to get Hera, but Hera just needs dinky pieces. Then I get her to 12, then I'll take her right to Relic, and then we just got to get everybody to the Relic level. So I need 10 more of those, which if we get the raid tonight, and then I'll have that knocked out, then I need 39 more of those. So we'll knock that out and then get her up and running. Have her, well, she'll be good by this weekend. Then I'll start taking Radis, everybody up. So we got to get Dash to 7, Jin to 5, Casting to 8, Radis to 9, and Hera to 5, as is tradition. So we'll do the best we can.
So many relic levels.
Fatality says, I'm ready. You just need over 25,000 crystals for a 7-star unlocked. Well, I'm at 10,100, so hopefully this week's a good week for Ranger for crystals.
I mean, it won't be. I'm sorry to pressure bubble.
Shut up!
Well, I mean, there's no gag, so there goes
Damn
out
it.
like 3,000. Well, no, it's more than that. It's a potential for like what, 3,500 crystals.
Well, I'll do the best I can. Damn it.
Well, maybe you'll get a federal loan
From Wells Fargo. That'll be nice. Oh boy, what can you do?
Can you put it on your GI Bill?
Yeah, no, I already used my GA bill. That's why I have a Bachelor of Science. I've been educated officially.
Educated.
Let's see. Just checking my feeds. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're knocking out.
You need to spend more than a. Oh, just for the. Oh yeah, just for the. Well, you need 15K. Well, no, for 15K, you only need 100.
Yeah, 100 US.
If you're willing to do the. See, I, on the other hand, am not willing to replay that battle 20 times. I will sacrifice the 4,000 crystals.
Yeah. What else? N3 says, you don't need both kidneys, just spitballing. Yeah, it's true.
How are the dogs doing? My dogs, let's see. Sir Whiny Butt over here
Sir Whiny
would
Butt.
love to have dinner.
Oh, let me go to the cam. Let me go cam. All right, there's Sir Whiny. Look at that mug. Holy God. Look at that face, folks. Holy God. Look at that. That is pitiful. Doggy, you are just, that is pitiful. Shame on you. Yeah.
He is,
that
he
is
wants
so
dinner.
bloody, that is needy. You are shameful.
Yeah.
You're a shameful
Oh,
boy.
There's the other one.
Is there another one?
My baby girl. Yeah,
she's
Hardy's
like,
over
it's
there.
my turn. Okay.
They're waiting for Mama to get home.
Well, these things happen.
Yeah, I have to constantly ignore that face because this is a dog who will eat until he physically can't digest, like can't swallow it.
No, that sounds like a lion.
So he literally
Gores himself.
at a year and a half old, he got into our 50-pound food bag and he ate the majority of it on his own. He looked like a pregnant cow for about 6 hours, and then after that point hit the wall of this will not process, and then proceeded to puke up about every hour for the next 5 hours straight. And then the best part of it is that we thought we were done with it, and I had left for work, and I get a call from my wife like 15 minutes later, and he just puked a lake across the bedroom floor.
Well, that was nice of
She
him.
she was just like calling and gagging and like, I can't deal with this. Can you come home?
Like, no. He's your puppy too. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Sure, that wouldn't have gone over well. Pretty positive on that. All right, so give your greetings. Keep getting your questions coming in. Anything goes. I mean, we're just here chilling with you guys. So, I mean, it's me, Carth, it's Ranger and the Clayton hanging out with you guys tonight because there's literally no news tonight. So we're just kind of chilling. I did a few little things in Conquest just to clean up some stuff, but really,
Yeah, it is a slow night.
it's a very slow night, but it's nice. We need a break between GACs because 3v3 kicked my ass. I went 4-5, which is horrible for me. I've never been under 500.
6-3. I was actually wildly impressed that I maintained the record.
Did some good work there. Not too shabby.
Yeah, I'm not loving where I'm going to be for 5s.
Well, that's a different story.
Just looking at that, and I'm like, I am so boned.
Yeah, we're all boned. Datacron's just got to go bye-bye. They just do. I'm excited about everything else in this game. Things are fine, but need to get to work on the gear, maybe some mods, more mod stuff. But the Datacrons, not a fan. Just throwing that out there. It's in the ether already, so you know. Sounds like he can out-eat Joey Chestnut at anything. Well, if you want to throw up everywhere afterwards, I'm sure that is.
Yeah. It was not a fun day for me. Oh, look at that. I am just... Oh, no, it hasn't updated yet. Okay. I am well inside the 200s again.
Mm.
Boo!
I'm outside the 1000s. I should have some nice smooth matches in the beginning. We'll see.
Want to trade?
Sure. Said no one ever.
Yeah.
Did you say top 200? Brother, I got into the top 300. You saw how that went. I got 0-3, brother.
Yeah.
I got stomped.
Yeah. It's not a fun place to be, man. I don't like it. Well, and in 3s, I literally, for this last week of 3s, I literally went full offense. I'm just like, screw it. All I'm going to do is pray that I clear better than you.
My team's better than your teams. My team's better than yours. Rurok says, I got Wampa stomped in 3v3 by 6GL opponents and finished at 3-6. I wasn't too far behind you there, buddy. So... take your beating like a man, I say. You just go in there and salute and say, thanks for the massacre. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I think my first week of 5s, I'm going to try to separate DR and Malik into 2 separate teams. For science, I want to see how well the team stands up on its own. And then on top of that, I really want to just see what happens with everybody else. So actually what I will do now that I have the Luke Datacron.
Oh, I have the Luke Datacron too.
I am going to I'm going to mess around with that.
Shadowville says, I'm top 20,000. I don't really play anymore. Nah, it's okay. That's all right, fine. Yeah, just keep trucking. Keep trucking there, Shadowville. What else? What else? 3 says, I'm in the 1400s. I feel like I'm going to be in pain when 5v5 happens. Yeah, we'll be in it together, buddy. Trey Valra says, surprise, no new character drop for Jabba today. Yeah, we were not. I mean, I thought we were going to get some news today on that, but you know, we didn't. So we'll get it next week, maybe tomorrow. But oh Christ, Grande's in chat. Shit.
Gondre Patron.
Grande Patron's there.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. All right. Hide the women. Hide the children. Shut the shutters. Lock the doors. Oh, boy.
Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do.
Now, how dare you, Mr. Bone? Don't make his head explode. Jesus. What else? 3 maybe they'll do the announcement tomorrow or the next day before the weekend. Nah, they could. I mean, there's nothing saying that. Usually Tuesday through Thursday is when we get news. So it could possibly come tomorrow. So...
I mean, it could, if they do, they might do like the next set of job requirements, but the reality is those are likely going to be paired with the new marquees releasing at the same time.
Sure.
I don't see why they would do it otherwise, but that would be my guess.
Shadow says, I'm just here for a job and then retirement. Well, I'm sad to hear that. Grande, I mean, and Shadowville says you're alive, but I don't know if you've not been watching the stream, Shadow. He pops into lunch stream all the time and makes my life a living hell. So, And he says, "Yeah, I'm."
Quite a few Grandeisms.
Yeah, a little bit. So he says, "Yeah, bro, living the dream, brother." Says Grande. Yeah. Oh no, Lord Megatron asked him how business is. Ah, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go with the nonsense. That's just
Business is a boomer.
not for the homeless guy. Grande asked that too. How's business?
That's awesome.
Grande says, "I heard Jabba takes up 2 character spots in a 5-man squad, so he makes it a 4-man squad." Someone murder Grande with chess. Get him out of the damn chat. Someone murder him. Damn it. The dad shit's already started. For real? For reals? Already? Let me talk to your wife. I need to talk to her and have her beat your ass.
He'd probably like that too much.
Yeah, probably. He did talk about some S&M crap the other day on the live stream, which I had to shut him up quickly on.
I'm trying to get money here, so unless you're donating heavily, stop talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my pittance. You know, I'm a pauper already, so please shut your hole and know your role. Mr. Bones says, with the patch today to fix only one of the 227 Conquest bugs, I'm sure Sig knows more than anyone right now. Yeah, Sig knows. He has a good idea. Sig's pretty knowledgeable on this stuff. I had the actual pleasure of being in many calls with him, talking stuff, man. Knows his stuff about SWGOH. There's no doubt about that.
He built this city
on rock and roll. What?
Do I want it?
Who sang that though, Clayton? That's the $500 question.
Oh, my brain is spacing. So
Jefferson
hard right
Starship. Shame on you. What was Jefferson Airplane?
now. Good thing I didn't
Shut up,
say-
Fatality. Don't encourage him. Get
Encourage
out of
him.
here. You
Do
get
what?
the hell out of here with that suggestion. Bastard. What else through question? Are both of Radis Zetas necessary, including for his ship to be better?
Well, so the Zeta always
I ran
adds
into
one
that
speed.
in GAC. I can say that it was awful. Oh man.
There's both. I have to pull up the kit, but for the ship wise, both the Zeta adds a speed.
Yes.
So without the Zeta, you're going to be a speed behind. So guarantee you're going to want to have him maxed out.
Yeah.
What am I doing again? I'm setting up my 5v5 defense.
I don't know. Goddamn, dude. Man, let's work here, dude.
I'm just putting. I'm putting down my rebel Akbar at Leia, my relic 8 fulcrum.
Fatality. I have spoken. So let it be written. So let it be done. Grande can pop in whenever he wants. Grande just does whatever he does. It doesn't really matter what I think. Darth Elder, the Swedish sheriff, or Dutch Wogagoon. He says, "Good evening, everyone. Hey, listen here, puppy. We're trying to do a stream. You chill out. You'll get dinner when it's time for dinner, young lady and sir."
Well, the question is, who's here first?
Ranger.
Food? Food's here.
Which is nice because the wife will come home to delicious meals. What else in the 3 question? What's Radis 5v5 team going to be in GAC? There'll be Radis. Radis and Wedge. And then the new ship. Dash's ship, whatever that is. The Outrider. And then I don't know, whatever's left over.
What are we on about?
Radis's lineup. It'll be Outrider and then
Outrider, Hans Millennium Falcon, and likely Biston.
yeah.
I don't. Well, we need to know more about his kit to see if you can substitute. If the Profundity has Terminator on target lock or critical hits or something, then
they're talking about 5v5 though. That's just Rogue One, baby. That's Cassian, Jin, K2SO, and I don't know, throw Chert or somebody.
Biston.
Biston in there. So
well, you already have to have him level up anyways. But Biston will actually probably be the best.
yeah, throw him in there.
Fifth, because that his second special has got it's like Lando's. It has one of the biggest multipliers in the game. It's like 4.2.
Yeah.
So when you have all the stats going on with him, he'll like rail somebody for 100k. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, it's a nasty team, man. I faced it in 3v3. It was pretty gross. I had to use high-level bounty hunters to take that motherfucker out. And that was not a fun fight. I'll put it to you that way. So you think Red 5 will fill the gap on Home 1, seeing as Profundity is stealing the ships? Possibly. They need 2 more Rebel ships, 1 for each fleet. 6 and 6, because you can get away with that for those fleets. Lord Megatron says, I miss Grande attempting to read all the shout-outs. Listen, Grande is more than welcome to come in here, and I'll send him all the names, and then he'll butcher it completely. But Grande is busy with wife and hot tubs and coronavirus and beers and, you know... He just hangs in the chat sometimes. So if you get lucky, he comes into the stream, does a bunch of dad jokes, gives me a goddamn ulcer, and then leaves. So, he's busy with real life. Just like McVenom. I miss McVenom. I miss Loki, but they're busy with work. Schedules changed. Red 5 with Wedge and Biggs seems fitting to me. That could be a thing. We use the Y-Wing and other stuff on the Rebel, the Akbar tank.
Well, they're planning on taking the U-Wings, Rebel Y-Wing, and the MILF and Outrider to Profundity anyways. So it's likely we'll get something with Home 1, but I don't know. I wouldn't count on Red 5.
What else in 3? I feel like the 2 Phoenix ships should be good with Profundity since they were at the Battle of Scarif. No, that could be fine. Yeah, that could be work. We'll take those 2 along. What else in 3? I thought the Army gave you the ulcers. No, the correct answer is, what is kidney stones? See, that's the answer we were looking for there. What else in 3? Sorry, thanks for playing. But yeah, you just lost your chance at the new car. I'll take things that make Ranger have kidney stones for 300. And the answer is Grande Patron. This person does dad jokes and makes Ranger have a conniption. Ranger, what is Grande Patron? Yes, that's correct. The board is yours. It's not profanity, Grande. That's not the goddamn name of the ship. It's Profundity. Get the hell out of here, you damn Texas, you stupid Texican. And I can say that because I'm a Texican too. Fatality says, I still say Bodhi is key. That Bodhi pack data mine is screaming to me. Yeah, something's going on with him. But he may get another ship. Should get 2 more Rebel ships.
Ship, sure, but
yeah, we'll see what happens.
His kit doesn't offer anything to the 5v5 mechanic.
It can. I mean, Loki did him to high relics and did some. He actually was pretty solid with the Rogue One team and stuff. He just did it. It's pretty good. I mean, Loki did some stuff with that back in the day, but he was actually pretty solid, dude. I was like, damn, really? He was using that with the Rebel Fighter team. I was like, oh my.
Well, I wanted to use him with Rebel Fighter because his unique makes the team durable. Because that 50% defense while they have offense up, which they always have with POW, is really good. But with Kyle Katarn and the need for everything else, it's hard to slot. Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard to slot.
You could go Powell, Kara, Kyle, and Bodhi. That would still be a solid team. I mean, Hoth Scout is pretty solid in that team too. So yeah, you can throw Bisson over the Rogue One team and call it a day. I mean, I'm going to be using that team on defense because why the F not? Because I mean, it's 5v5 and it's a sick ass team.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, I think it's still super wampable.
It just depends, man. When Radis gets to that goddamn payout, those mother effers hit hard, dude. I mean, that's some silliness.
Oh yeah. Well, when you get the protection disruption, and you can't get the protection up anymore, and the undispellable heal immunity, it will stop it.
Yeah.
It was doable in 3s, but in 5s it probably
I don't think so. Nah, not in 5s, dude. It's like Malgus, and Malgus is pretty solid in 3s, man. Y'all better be prepared, man. Malgus in 5s with the full Sith Empire and stuff. Look out. We'll talk about GAC next week on Monday. We'll do our teams and stuff, but the only thing I'm doing is putting Malgus in with Darth Revan and stuff, and we'll finally come up with a team. We'll think about it, and then it's going to be interesting. Yeah. We'll talk about GAC on Monday, and then get our team set. And I mean, that's the only thing I'm changing Sith Empire. I'm not going to really change anything else.
Yeah, I've got the depth to split him.
Yeah, but she's Sith, so Still getting some nice little stuff there for old Malgus.
Well, the thing is though, is that what her unique adds back
Mm-hmm.
to the lineup, it offsets her not having the tag. You gain 20 speed for missing 10, so you're still netting plus 10. Instead of getting 10% health, you get 30%.
Yeah.
Then you gain the offense, which you don't gain anyways. That top one's mine. Get out of here.
That's what she said.
Oh. Thank you, dear. She was actually bringing it to me, and I was being a
Hi,
dick.
wifey. Oh, hello, Mrs. Carthy. Oh, it's Ranger, your
Ranger
favorite
says,
guy.
Ranger says hello.
So tell Ranger to shut his pie hole.
You're not, the camera's not on.
Oh, I know. She can't see him.
No, she's just coming to stare at the screen. Stare at your mug.
Did she want me to do a voice?
I got the headset on, so she can't hear you.
Oh, well, that sucks.
The only thing I ordered in there are... Yeah, the one jalapenos on it. Yeah, the rest of it's yours.
Lord Megatron, I don't think Trey will work against Malgus in 5v5. Thoughts? It can. Depends on who they go after. But you're going to have to go Sith Trio with, like, you're going to have Barris in there. You cannot not have that in there, or you're going to get screwed because they're gonna just smack your ass.
You're going to need that Omni Talon, too.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
Because you're going to need that stacking, ramping damage from her
Yeah.
killing people with pain and isolate.
Pain without love, pain, I can't get enough. Fatality says, I like Malgus Lee with Revan, Bassi, Talon, and Malik for 5s and TW. I like Malik with Sith Empire Palpy. I just do. I think that Marauder's better because you're going to be behind Malgus, and Marauder's just going to get all that turn meter and start wailing on folks. So we'll see. What else? 93 says, if Darth Revan is on the Malgus team, he'll target Trey until she's dead. Yeah, that's true. He's going to beat her ass. I don't know about Sith. I just, no. I think we may.
Yeah, but see, with Talon there, that's going to constantly feed turn meter.
Mm-hmm. So.
And if you separate Malgus to another team, then they'll be able to gain it.
Yeah, I think.
So you're going to.
Malik, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The other M. The other Sith Empire M. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to try splitting it at the beginning and then likely just condense it back into one team. But, I mean, Marauder doesn't make sense there unless you have DR because...
Which I will.
Because a couple of the Sith forum was going back and forth on it, and basically, without DR's full Sith Empire leadership and without the ferocity stacking consistently, Marauder's really spiky on damage.
Yeah, but when it hits,
it's still a lot. It's still a lot,
man. It's going to do some nice damage,
it's
especially with
like
Basil in there. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, it's like you're doing 100k crits instead of like 140k crits.
I mean,
like,
Jesus.
oh no,
oh no, I hit you for 100k. Oh no, instead of 140, you still double dead.
Yeah.
All right.
I really think that the triple, like going with multiple tanks, will be the way to go. Because
we'll try it. We'll talk about it. I mean, I may put Sith Empire and Malik in there. Say screw it.
Yeah, well, I've got all three of them at Relic 9, so I'm just like...
Oh, kiss my ass, man. Just make me feel bad, all right? I don't
chest
have
move.
them all at Relic 9, you bastard, so that's fine. Why don't you just eat your sushi?
Well, I mean, I am eating my sushi.
Okay, good. Drink some sake.
It's
Lord
eating
Megatron says he
handfuls of-
appreciates the input. Yeah, I mean, we're still not set on anything yet, so we'll see how it goes. I do like.
Well,
that
yeah,
Talon
it's
in
hard
there.
to tell how things perform. 3v3 is not a good environment to see how things will play because there's so many. When characters have leaderships and uniques that are based on the number of tags present,
Yeah.
they will always be more powerful in 5s.
Mhm.
So it's just it's hard to say with certainty that this is the best lineup because it may or may not make a difference.
Well, the
It
other problem
just-
is Datacrons really screw up everything too. So it's like, okay, I have this team, but there's a Datacron.
Well, think how much harder Malgus will hit in 5s with his max health being another 30% higher.
Oh yeah, I mean, without any
So
doubt.
it's like something you could have skated by in 3s, you won't be able to do anymore. I mean, gas will not work in 5s.
No. Maximus Decimus Meridius says, question, when is the mod and relic material coming out? 2023? I don't know at this point, dude.
Likely.
Yeah, I mean, Listen, we need some help with gear, and we definitely need some help with mod salvage. Here's the issue, and I brought it up many times in streams. I might as well bring it up here. Problem with mods. You're asked to take a mod from 5A to 6E, and it takes a buttload of that material to do it. But then when you want to take it to 6E to 6A, you need more of the same material. It's asinine. It just really is. And the problem is I've got all these mods you can see sitting there, gold mods that are like 13, 14, 15, 16 speed that I can't do anything with. They're just sitting there, and I've got a bunch on characters too that I just can't slice up fast enough. And taking them from 6E to 6A, we need the one mod, you need the this piece of crap, the circuit breaker module. And so that's a problem there. So they've got to address that. It's just too much of a backlog in there. I like the stuff that they did with the mods to make it more efficient on how you farm them and things of that nature. I really appreciate CG doing that. But they're not addressing the material issue that's going on with mods. And then we've talked about relics. I mean, salvage is a big problem in this game now. And the problem with salvage... Up to Relic 5, it's really not a thing because you can farm dinky stuff and salvage it for up to Relic 5. And the heat sinks are not that hard to get. When we start talking 6, 7, 8, and 9 with the Zimbittles and then the Relic 8 and 9 materials and the stuff that you have to sacrifice for that. I mean, I appreciate CG putting in the weekly store that material. I can't get it because I'm saving for profundity. So, I mean, if I didn't have profundity and stuff, I would go get it immediately for Relic 9 materials. But that's a big problem too. I mean, you're asked to take a character to Relic, get it to Relic, from Gear 12 to Relic. And then it takes twice as much to take it with the gear to higher Relic levels than you would to take 2 or 3 more characters up to Relic 0. It doesn't work, and it's the pain point that people are feeling right now. I mean, if you want people to compete and you want people to play this game and feel like they're somewhat competitive, you got to do something about addressing this. Either change what's needed to salvage or increase the gear. There's either one or two things, or reduce the reduction of what it costs. I mean, there's no debate on this. I mean, the vast majority of players understand this. We get it. We know what the pain points are. So, and I've always said, if you want to make people happy, understand their pain. There's a pain point. What are you going to do to address their pain so they feel like, you know what, you're addressing my pain. I want to spend more money in this game. And until you do, people are really hesitant to buy shit right now. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, gear, and that's what gear would solve for a lot of it, is that the problem is that we have a constant crunch of the gear you need to take a character from Gear 12 to Gear 13 is... That's why I take it.
It's the right side stuff mainly. It's the furnaces, it's the stun guns, and it's those data.
But even that
pads.
too is it the electrium conductors?
Yeah,
become a huge choke point when you start doing a lot of characters past Relic 5. And so you get stuck on those, and then the fact that the Zimbittles, it's only 10 to Relic 7, but then it's 20 to Relic 8, and it's 20 again to Relic 9. You could Relic 7 4 characters for the price of in the Zimbittles of one Relic 9.
Right.
And so you're in this constant loop that they are, the higher you push a character, so when they're requiring these characters at high relics, they're doing nothing to alleviate the fact that you need to break down so much gear to sacrifice bringing characters to relics in the first place. And it's like, it's clear that their path forward is relic levels of something, and they're going to keep moving that upward.
Sure.
But they're doing nothing to make it easier. And then the thing is too, is the fact that they don't allow us to break down for any, the trade-in rate is atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst part. Like, at least somebody at CG had some common sense to go, let's market the salvage we're selling in the store competitively, because it is far cheaper to buy out the 20p, because it costs as much as a completed furnace.
Yeah.
But the salvage is 260 of one. So it's like, that's 5 furnaces. So it's like, okay, at
Plus
least it's
10.
competitive. Yeah. At least it's competitive on that front. But man alive, it's just atrocious that there's like, oh yeah, yeah, you guys have everything at Relics, right? I'm like, whose accounts are you looking at? Because you must be looking at everyone over 11 million GP to go, oh, you got everybody at Relics. It doesn't matter what we require for the next Relic tier.
Yeah, 90% of
That's
and then 90%
bullshit.
of their player base is just sitting there going, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, I would like to play higher level GAC too.
Yeah.
What else? Three says one of the new ones I got at level 6 gives Sith 400% offense at the start of the battle. I think that's going to be kind of harsh with the Malgus team. Yeah. The stats on Datacrons, man, we've talked about this, man. It's outrageous, man. It really is. It just makes it almost unplayable. It really does. I mean, both me and Clayton, we've rolled high Datacrons. We've used them, we dicked around with them, and I think me and Clayton are on the same page that the stats are just,
Well, they just
god
it's
damn, man. 400% health steal for array is just nonsense, dude. You know, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, who thought that was a good idea? It seems, I know this is not the case. I talked to CG, pretty aware of what's going on. But it seems out of touch with, like, do you play GAC? Do you know how
yeah.
this happens? You know, because it may not be the case, but it seems the reality is you're not in touch with what players are facing in GAC and what they
Well,
have to go through.
that and I just don't think that they think about I swear to you, they go, well, what are the odds they get multiple rolls? I'm like, well, okay, I might bite on that, them being more rare if we couldn't re-roll the stat rolls. But
Mm-hmm.
we can. And you still have people who are naturally getting 800% health steal on their Datacrons. And I'm like, you can't tell me that no one thought that, hey, you know what might be a little broken? You know, tanks don't hit super hard, right? They're only hitting for, let's say 10K for easy math. Okay, yeah, 10K. But if they have 800% health steal, they're healing back 80K every time they touch somebody. I'm like, that doesn't seem a little out of control.
Yeah, especially with GLs. Oh, the Navs in chat says, hello, Governor. Hello, mate.
Yeah.
We're in the Wednesday night stream. If you want to come join us, you're more than welcome there to right here.
JML would like to counter and full heal.
Yeah, I would like to take Ray. Gets all her health back each hit for 400, Alex. So.
Well, that and she gains additional health steal
Yes.
on her basic. And I'm like, you guys copy and pasted stuff without thinking it through. Well, that's what the problem with the Sith one is.
Yeah.
The Sith one seems, I mean, with the Night Sisters, because they have the same mechanic, it seems really with the Night Sisters. Because the Night Sisters, what are they going to...
No.
But Sith, man, like Sith Eternal is going to one-shot the entire enemy team with his ult.
It's so silly. Nia McVenom says the problem with Relic and mod salvages is on purpose. They probably never fix it because they make money from people buying salvage packs. No, they don't. They make it at the top end, but you don't. I talk to a lot of players. They ain't buying that crap, dude. They're just not, because what's the point? You know, they don't feel like it does anything for them. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, the numbers don't lie. You know, so I mean, you got to rethink the strategy. I mean, I'm all about CG making money. You can hate me for saying that, but they got to make money. The whale's got to well, people got to spend so this company can stay profitable, so they can keep the game going on. That's just a fact. You can accept it or not. If you want to be free to play, respect. I respect you, and I will support your decision to be free to play. But people got to spend, so they have to have some value in the spending. And even the people that are like whales, dolphins, you know, people that spend some money on the game, they got to get some value out of it. They got to feel like that's going to contribute to them wanting to spend more on this game. So you know, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, so like I'm not shy about the fact that I spend a decent chunk of change on the game here.
Sure.
So like the relic packs that come out now for the 500 crystals for the lottery gamble on what you get out of them. You know, for me it's like I buy one of those, and I don't buy all of them, because it's just I hit certain crunches and I'll buy what I need out of it. But like for a lot of players that I interact with, they only buy when they're farming. Like, so the only reason like the current ones even tantalizing to a lot of the player base is because of the Java and the profundity, because we got to have these relic levels. So they're hitting those things to fill small voids, but they're willing to spend 1,000 crystals to see if they can get 600 carbonite circuit boards. But, if there wasn't Jabba or the profundity, they would just ignore them like the rest of us do. Because there's just no point.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, that's totally going to do something. It's like, no, you're going to blow through it in 4 relic levels, and then you're back to waiting for... They haven't eaten yet.
I haven't eaten it either. Oh, that's not true. I ate some sushi. Ogie says question, would it cost more to buy whole gear with crystals and salvage for relic materials, or just buy materials with crystals? Sorry if I missed it. Would it cost more to buy whole gear with crystals and salvage for relic materials, or would just buy materials with crystals?
Whole gear with crystals and salvage for relic.
God damn it, Ogie D. You and your math. This is a new math. My brain's melting.
Or buy.
I'll let you take this one, Clay, because my Chinese just kicked in. I'm like, ni hao, ni hao ma. Well, hen hao, Nina.
So it
well,
100% depends on what we're talking about. But it's hard to say. You'd have to go through and look at what it takes up until like relic 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. Most of the time, buying the salvage and converting it is going to get you roughly the same price as it would be to buy in the store. But it all depends, because you'd have to get more specific on what we're talking about so that I could do.
What's the topic of discussion?
Porn. Do we like it or not?
Porn is good.
I mean,
yeah, I like porn. Yeah, it's good. It's Datacrons, but I didn't really want to
get out of bed.
Yeah. Lord Megatron, Datacrons make me not even want to log into the game anymore after almost 7 years. But you gotta compartmentalize this shit, dude. I mean, I do. I mean, Datacrons are temporary. They're gonna go away. The one Ray is gonna go away after this 5v5 for Chisel, and we'll go back to C's beating their ass because he's going to have his own Datacron. So it's going to flip. I just can't stand it. I just cannot stand the constant trying to figure this crap out, because when I do GAC nows, when I'm streaming, it's like, all right, let me look at the Datacron. What the hell is this? Oh my God, I can't use my normal counters for this. Okay, well, there goes all my mods and work that I just did. What do I have? Okay. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And in GACs, and Nev, I was talking to people all week about this. I'm glad you're on, because we'll do the GAC report. The numbers are outrageous, brother. This shit we saw in the last GA Center, I was floored. I said that shit the next day on Friday. I'm like, did you guys see the shit that we saw in the GA Center? Like the records and the holds and attempts and just nonsense, dude. It is completely nonsense right now with GAC.
It's all over the place. It's nuts.
It's outrageous, dude. How can you be in the Jedi Council and not be a master, Nev? I ask you. God damn it. Getting fired up.
No, I don't know. I wasn't particularly excited about GAC during this 3v3.
I went 2-1 this last week, but I mean, it was a crapshoot, dude. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, folks? God damn.
I did back to back 1 and 2s. On each occasion, I was basically just avoiding a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
I did not have by the third week, I was like, I just don't care. I just don't care anymore. I'll explain how I won my final round to you, but not live.
Wow, we'll figure it out. But I mean, like, so I got 2 wins and I easy full cleared, but like the one loss was like, I got beaten. Like, I mean, I got beaten like a redheaded stepchild, and I can say that because I'm a redheaded stepchild. I am gingivitis, so I can get away with that. So, just nastiness, man. That round was horrible, dude. I just like, all right, salute, buddy. I got nothing for you. Even though I had 28 holds on defense. That's crazy.
My last opponent, I shouldn't have won. I only won because of Fleet. He screwed up on Fleet, and he had 3 times. He had almost. He had 3 times my plus 25s and 3 times my plus 20s. And we were matched evenly across the board on Datacrons. Like, I shouldn't have won. I won out of technicality, but it's just like, Datacrons are just.
Ogie D says Ben
obnoxious.
Swallow plus GL Ray plus next set of Datacrons for her. Woohoo! GC. Boy,
it'll
if we
be
get- it'll be
it'll
interesting.
be for UFAs.
Oh my God! Everybody, let's
It'll
like
be UFA bonuses.
But man, I'm
bonuses.
gonna be hugging all you guys emotionally because I'm gonna need it when I go into GAC. You
I
know?
pray that at the end of this exhibition, that they actually say
Get rid of them.
we gotta take it down and retool this, because
to.
I'm well, and yeah, I can't understand.
Here's the thing. Over a year ago, they did a bunch of nerfs to characters, and the very
Right.
specific reason that they did the nerfs to the characters was they wanted to create a balance in GAC. Now, we ummed and ahed and we grumbled about it because a lot of people put investment in those off-meta characters that got nerfed, because a lot of those characters were off-meta for GLs. And CG was like, no, we just want to balance things out. We just want, and it's like, okay, fine. That's fine. That's you have given a legitimate reason for the nerfs.
Yep.
That they then can't introduce something that then creates
600% health
that
still.
creates an imbalance so huge that it moots the previous reason for the nerfs. It's like, okay, so are you going to unnerf everything? Because
Can
you
we please?
created-
Can I get my old Lord Vader back? That'd be nice against Ray, because that would be dopest.
And
I don't
I'm
care.
sick of people saying this is not negative. This is legitimate criticism.
It's not negative, man.
They have done
we're
things.
telling you what we're seeing and like giving you solutions, and the solution is get them the hell out of here. GSC, and listen, Omicrons came in and GSC was still really well balanced and interesting because it flipped some
Yes, it was
scripts
still interesting because they put the Omicrons on interesting. It wasn't, oh, here's an Omicron for a GL. Here's an Omicron for gas. Here's an Omicron for JKL. It was, let's put an
Wampa.
Omicron
Well,
on Qui-Gon G.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon
Wampa.
Jinn. Wampa.
Yeah, that's kinky.
Phoenix. I mean, everybody that had Relic Phoenix were thinking to themselves, you know what? It might suck, but I've got a Relic Phoenix team, so sod it. I'm going to put the Omicron on that and make that team useful again. Omicrons made factions, loose ends, useful
so
again.
Good, man, and it made the chessboard just more fun. I was really enjoying GSC with the Omicrons and figuring things out and having my counters, and they're not guaranteed. I don't care what you are. I have a 200,000 plus C. That ain't a guaranteed against Ray. I've had many times where I'm like, I'm not landing shock. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. It's like, oh God, oh my sweet Jesus, I need to. Old man Logan wants to join us. I'm gonna get him in here. He's a good guy. I'm gonna get him in here. So let me.
So I've got so Paul and I have got Crumb for an hour on Friday.
Y'all need to drill him, man. I mean, we need some answers, and fair to Crumb, guys. He can only answer what he's allowed to answer, guys. When CG's ready, listen. When CG wants to give you information, that's when they'll allow Crumb to give information. And if you don't like that, that's just the way business works, man. I mean,
I'm gonna give the messenger a few things to take back to CG.
Yeah, I mean, give feedback, because I know Crumb will give that feedback. He's really good about that. But you guys,
if he hasn't got his notebook ready, I will be very disappointed.
Can I come on? Can I be part of the stream? Can I come hang out? That'd be great.
But it's gonna be. So like things like that, like what I just said there. It's like you stated this over a year ago. It was perfectly legitimate.
Yeah.
You wanted balance. That doesn't explain what you're doing to the game now. So please take that back to
unbalanced,
CG.
man.
Well, and the thing is too is you look at their initial statements on Datacrons. Their initial statement on Datacrons was to help elevate the tail end of your roster. To spice up the meta by breathing life into old factions. And this is just like the first. Everything they've done so far. We'd like to improve the best GL in the game, the faction that we're trying to nickel and dime you to buy from us because nobody wants it, and the resistance team, which didn't really need help, but we're gonna make it have a lot of help.
Yeah.
And then the next set comes out. It's like, oh, we're gonna do another GL. We're going to do some really broken stuff with Rebels on all their fronts. Oh, and then we're just going to basically sell you a free 25% mods speed for about 3 months. And then, yeah, that's not going to get out of hand. No one's going to take advantage of that for anything. And then they're just like, oh yeah, no, it's completely fine. I'm like, your guys' whole point in this whole thing, like, yeah, 25% speed on a Momo team. All right, with Kyle Katarn, it seems like we're double dipping now, but it's not the end of the world. But it's like 25% speed with Jedi Master Luke. Now we're getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
he's out ahead of everybody. If you don't even need the Jedi Master Luke level 9, the Jedi Knight Luke level 9 will destroy JMK and see the two best counters that you've got available in 30 seconds or less. Because like Luke's like, what I wanted to do was take 6 turns back to back.
actually, he was going to Tazi Station to get some power converters.
Yeah, and I would like to just immediately defeat your tank and cat. And then good luck at winning. Best of tries. So like, there's a lot of things that they came out with initially with Datacrons that I feel like they had said as that would help it to go over smoother, and then they immediately went into
GLs.
Powering up stuff that the community would want to invest in. Because with the Relic 3 lockout, and you've talked about this a couple weeks ago, Neb, is like, that's a problem for people that were trying to boost up factions.
Right.
Like, I can't. Like, what do you want? What am I going to do? Boost up my Night Sisters with my one Relic character? Oh, look at that. Daka's ready. And the rest of them are gear 12 and below. It's like, you can't use them. I'm like, what's the point of these lockouts? Like, so either just tell us that this is how whales become even whalier, and the little guys just kick rocks unless you happen to be a fan of a faction and they get selected that month, or it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand the premise of it, even as somebody who is in that boat where I have almost every faction available at the relic limits, but still, it's still ridiculous. It's just like 90% of the player base can't even contribute to that,
Yeah, you're talking to folks here, guys in the chat, that we put our money where our mouth is. We've invested heavily in Datacrons, not because we're big fans, but because we wanted to see, like, what was going to happen, and it's been pretty atrocious. I mean, I've gotten wins that I'm just like, I have no business getting wins. It's like, well, this can't be a thing that happens. I can't have that many holds. Like that last round, my guy could not get through Vader. He could not get through Rey. He could not get through Starkiller because of Datacrons. Not because he didn't have a bigger account. He didn't have the right Datacrons. And I'm just in there going, I mean, I'm going to win, but that's diarrhea.
My last win, my last 3v3 win, my very last round, I'm not proud of it, but I totally hustled my opponent.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Nobody hears. Yeah.
Basically, I took it. I saw it was the last rap match. I saw his line, and I looked at his, and I was like, there are 4 teams that I can take out there in 10 minutes. That's easy. So what I did was right at the start, I did a match against Darth Revan, which I lost and got 10 banners, and then I didn't compete for the rest. And then I saw him jump in, take one match, and he's looking at me thinking, oh, yeah, he's not going to go. And I left it until 10 minutes before time was up. And then I took my 4 best teams in, and I just trolleyed the first 4 teams that I came across and won by a few hundred banners.
I got to say, this no caffeine, no sugar, no anything Coca-Cola that I got tonight tastes like ass. It's pretty assy. I'm not going to lie, folks. Oh, my God. I need to get the cherry flavor. At least get some flavor with it. Jesus.
Howdy.
Hey, old man Logan. What's going on, buddy? I see your hair's all spiky. You've done a good job with the product there. Yeah, there it goes. Nice and spiky. There you go. All right.
With my ugly mug, I need all the help I can
Hey, listen,
get.
I'm not an attractive man. I feel you on that. So there you go. Clay's being smart. He's hiding himself as he eats food.
Well, I'm trying to get you in trouble.
Really? With the wife?
My wife's... No, she's playing Assassin's Creed behind me, and I don't want it to come on camera.
Oh, really?
Well, because if it gets on your YouTube, you could get copyright.
For what? Assassin's Creed? Not if it's blurry.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Okay.
I don't need it. It's not. It's literally like a few feet behind me.
All right.
It's a giant, like 50-inch TV behind me.
She's a gamer. That's why we respect her. All right. OGD says, "You sure that isn't Water Ranger? Tastes like water. It might as well be water. I might as well be drinking
no sugar, no caffeine, Coca-Cola. It might as well be."
Hey, man, I've lost 20 pounds, man. It works, but I gotta have some kind of taste to it. But it's like, Jesus, tastes like poopy. It's poopy flavored.
Taking some sips off a 12-year-old single malt scotch at the moment.
No, I mean, Might as well just do that, man. I do like soda with my bourbon, but damn, man, soda's got to taste like fucking soda. Can't taste like medicine. I feel like I'm over here like getting rid of the Rona. It's horrible. It's like, oh my god, I might as well just inject this shit in my arm. I might get better results. All right, we got Old Man Logan, we got Clayton, we got the Nev, who is apparently on his phone doing some Conquest right now. I'm not sure.
Fleet.
Yeah. Let's not talk about
Fleet.
Fleet. Yeah.
Nev, how you doing? I heard you were on a self-imposed exile.
No.
No, I was just busy last week. That was all.
Oh, okay.
He's doing work.
Hey, real
just-
life always comes first.
Yeah.
I was just busy. That was all.
I mean, he's not wrong. Max, this question. Let's be honest with the amount of effort it takes for GAC nowadays. The rewards aren't worth the effort. As big as GAC has come, the rewards need to be better.
Do they though?
No, they just need to get rid of Datacrons. The rewards are fine.
I see. I don't think there's anything wrong with the crystal rewards.
No, I don't. Either.
Or the slicing material.
No,
rewards.
not either.
No.
It wouldn't hurt them. It wouldn't hurt them to give a little bit more of the arena currency, so that a full more pieces, more gear can be purchased with it.
Yeah.
Just at the end, I think that would be my one criticism of it, because it would help with the gear crunch as well.
Pretty sure I joined a raid. I haven't got the rewards yet. That's not.
How long do you think it'll be before they start yanking crystals out of ships?
A while. They can't.
That's going to be a while, yeah.
Until they can find some reason where they can put something that's legitimate. I mean, if they try to, like, say, for instance, move crystals from Fleet to, say, TW, I will lead the charge and say, what in the wide world of sports are you doing? I mean, you can't do that shit, especially with the mismatched shit that's going on in TW.
I mean, they'll lose the whole reason to sell us new capital ships too.
Oh yeah, what's the point? I mean, GAC, okay,
only the tip of the spears can go after it. Everybody else will be like, well, 4-star unlock, I'll get it in 2 years.
Yeah, there's still an issue. There's still an issue with GAC matchmaking because of skill rating. They haven't refined it, and same thing with TW. There's still some refining that needs to be going on with that, because I've seen some. You read the forums, and I get people sending me like, "How is this possible? We're 100 million separated. How is this a thing that happens? Where, especially when you're a guild.
Don't forget what Datacrons do. So Datacrons.
Oh yeah, Datacrons and TW. Jesus Christ!
Datacrons in Territory Wars and GAC
Absolutely
add nothing. They add nothing to the GP.
No, they don't.
It adds nothing. They are not even for something that makes a massive difference in a PvP mode, right? It does nothing to the skill rating in GAC or the matchmaking for Territory Wars.
Well,
nothing.
For instance, since Datacrons hit the holotables, I went Drac. I have 9 level 9 Datacrons currently, and I'm hopefully by tomorrow I'll have my 10th on set 3, and I'm really going for Beskar or Mando.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Now, that being said, seeing as how this is a product that you can buy, when are they going to take into account how many of these things you have? Because I've had several opponents that I've got 8 or so of these things at level 9, and my opponent has 1, and they're almost getting rolled over. I mean, I've had a couple of opponents that haven't even counterattacked because they're thinking to themselves, well, what the hell am I going to do? So the matchmaking is slightly tore up from the floor up. Are they at some point down the road going to start taking into account, well, this cat has 9 of them, this poor guy only has 2? I mean, GAC was already hard enough for some players. Now you're adding in a new element, and it's just it's making things worse.
Yeah. Really is, man.
And their whole response is going to be, well, the skill rating will adjust. That's what they're going to tell.
No, it won't. It won't adjust because
I agree.
Don't get it. And you know what? I should be writing these down for when I speak to Crumb on Friday.
Or you watch the video. It's going to be on YouTube. You can just go back and get all the stuff.
Yeah.
Because Nev is right. Datacrons do not affect your GP. And you know what else I've noticed? Neither do Omicrons.
No.
They don't, but with
I can handle
Well,
Omicrons. I just can't.
The thing is, an Omicron has a very, very, very specific action.
Yeah.
It does a very specific thing to a faction. So you can take people, if you're going for an Iden team and Iden's got the Omicron on, you know what the counter is and what needs to be done because the Omicron does a very specific thing.
Yes.
It's exactly the same with so Omicrons are slightly different because there is a very precise answer to it. Obviously, it's more expensive. That's what the Omicron does. You've worked on it. It's on your defense. Your opponent now has to use something a little bit tougher, against the Iden team. Maybe Wampa isn't just going to march through, or the usual counter. So Omicron's slightly different from the Datacrons because two people could have two identical level 9 Datacrons for a very specific character, but the stat rolls can be so completely different that it's like, what one could be awesome on defense but absolutely shite for offense, and it just, there's too many variables.
Yeah, well, Lord Vader is a good case in point for that. If Lord Vader rolled like 300% plus health steal on a Datacron with the cooldown reduction, he would destroy so many soft counters on defense because he would tickle you and full heal.
Yeah.
And it's like you could easily achieve the cooldown reduction Datacron. That wasn't that hard. But getting it to roll, 200+% health steal was a whole other challenge in its own right. And I think that's like you said, it's just too many variables to account for, because it's like this next set with the set 2 with all the TM gains, that's going to be just bananas in 5s. It's like, hey, teams that are really out of control, if they go before you, now all their teams are likely going to go before you because they've got 14 of those plus 25% Datacrons. Best of luck and back to you.
Oh, absolutely. And especially now in 5s when you need less teams to field and less teams to attack. It's like, for instance, I have 11 of those plus 25 teams.
I've rolled 2, man. That's the other thing I hate is the
Ranger,
goddamn.
how the hell did you only get 2?
Man, the
How
goddamn. Have you not watched my stream? The CG Illuminati effed me, dude. I've rolled a shit ton of them, and Clayton and everybody can verify. I got hosed. They do that with me with mods, and they do it with me with the goddamn Datacrons, man. I re-rolled. I sacrificed. I did more. I kept going, and I just kept getting none of it, dude. It is absurd. One day I'm going to meet the Illuminati. I'm going to bring some of my special forces friends, and we're going to beat their ass, man.
Clearly, the RNG gods just do not like you at the moment.
I know, and I
they were
sacrificed
not with you.
donuts and everything to them, and it doesn't matter. They just still like, the Illuminati is the Illuminati. They don't like me. He doesn't like you either. You watch yourself. Yeah.
How are you all feeling about set 3? Like, so far, I've got one that I know is going on Malgus, and out of 2 rolls I got for armor, it's over 100%.
It's going to be stupid. It's going to make Malgus really dumb. It's going to make Bam really dumb. See, if
It's
you get
just
the right
gonna-
one, it's going to make them just ridiculous. You're just going to be like,
all it's going to do is pull players to pull all their GLs for offense. So it doesn't, unless you go full FU defense, the only way you're going to stop players from clearing you is that. Because I'm just there going like, well, if someone's got a crazy Malgus Datacron, I'm like, well, Cat will just delete you.
yeah,
so
bye-bye.
So then you got to start committing more and more. Like, it's just there's a little bit of tactics to it. But I mean, like, for me, in all honesty, the only level 9 Datacron that I'm even like kind of gonna push for is gonna be the Beskar Mando one, which is basically a guaranteed 2-tap. Because it's like he can't be killed until his whistling birds go off, and then he gains bananas damage.
And then you stick it on a Ray team, and it's even double dirty.
Yeah, and it's just things like that. And I'm just like looking, like, I'm gonna do a Ray Mando's team, and this is gonna be super fun because he can't die twice. So it's just like there's just things like that I don't think they consider. They do too much copy and pasting, like with the Night Sisters and the Sith factions having a lot of the same mechanics. It's really crazy because I think their whole thing is like, well, everyone's gonna want to go for the 400% offense for equal to 4 times their, or 400% offense equal to half their current defense. And it's like, okay, yeah, but I rolled 200% armor, so
Yeah.
is all my characters going to do 250k damage and just delete you, and not even a GL is going to survive it? I mean, there's just so many things that they've got that I just don't think they think through well enough, because there's just so many things that get copy and pasted, because like, well, we just need to have options. I'm like, you need to refine the options down to specific and unique things for the faction and the level 9s. Do not go wide, like go wide with the alignment. That way you have as many options as you can, so that people that don't have the faction that you're promoting this month, they can then utilize that on another dark side, light side team. Go wide with those, but the other stuff, go much smaller. You know, there's no need for some of this bullshit copy and pasting. 400% offense on Sith. I'm just looking at this going, C is gonna, if you get the C Datacron that has that, I mean, he's literally gonna go, okay, well, I have 30k offense, and when I will on turn 2, I will just delete the board. It's like, okay, cool. I guess you put that on defense and I lose. Like, I don't have a Datacron and I lose. Like, I don't know. Just too many things that just that frustrate me. I don't like how they've played it out, because they're gonna get exploited, and CG even came out and said it. If something's shitty, you're gonna have to deal with it till it goes away, because we won't make adjustments till the next set.
See, I don't understand that. See, that one kind of bothers me. If you have something that's live that's doing this, you need to be live reacting and getting and like getting feedback immediately, like listening and seeing what's happening. Watch streams, see things of that nature, see how players feel about this. I mean, it can't be a 3-month, 4-month period. I mean, you can't base. Sometimes you can base stuff on initial reaction, and sometimes you can base it off, you know, initial stuff that you're thinking about doing, and then base it up. I mean, 3-4 months. I mean, how long do you have to piss people off before they're like, a lot of players quit the game? I mean, what have you accomplished?
Well, an entire guild quit last week. Ando's guild. An entire guild. We're not talking about, this is not like some 100, 200 mil guild. Yeah. We're talking about a 300 to 400 mil GP guild.
Damn.
And they just quit. They disbanded, and then by default, but the people that didn't want to they just quit.
I mean, there was a 400 plus guild that did that same thing last week too.
Yeah.
They didn't all quit, but I mean, literally, because a guy who was a friend of mine in that guild, the guild disbanded overnight. There was only 8 players left in the guild in the morning, so about 20 people just straight up threw in the towel, and everybody else moved up to the other competitive guilds to join them for what they wanted to do. And the 8 people who there were just like, well, we're just here till this thing dies. So I'm like, well, it'll be about a day.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch, man.
It's causing too much friction. And I'll go out on a limb and say that that's objectively, it's just observable fact. It's causing friction, more friction than anything ever cost. We had friction when Relics first came out, but the difference between obviously Relics and this is, it's like once you did your relicking to your character, it stayed that way.
Yeah.
And everybody else could learn what that, Datacrons, it's all RNG, it's all temporary.
Yeah.
So there's just too many external. It's just too many variables.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, people don't mind paying the cost to get things up, but they want it to be permanent. They don't want to sit there and do it over and over again. And that's the problem with Datacrons too, in my opinion, is that it creates an arms race at the top, but it's not sustainable, because after 3 months they go away. You spend all that money and you don't get the long-term investment like you'd say for relics and or mods or the other stuff that you invested in. And it's also kind of deleting some of that investment that you made already. So you're like, wait, I spent 100,000 in this game, and now I got to spend more money on this bullshit to be competitive. I mean, that's not a sustainable
time. You're losing time.
You're losing time. You're losing all kinds of stuff. And I'm just the feedback I'm getting. I mean, You know, I mean, we're not making this stuff up, folks. This is the stuff that I get daily from players. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
questions I
Well,
get like, should I continue playing? I'm like, yeah, if you really enjoy the game, which I do still, just write it out. You know, hopefully CG listens, but I mean, it's going to come to a point where even I have to say, I don't know if they're listening, because we've said, whether you read Reddit or forums or you listen to people on streams, and I watch people's streams all the time, it's like, it's not positive. It really isn't. And pretty much the vast majority of players, like, get them the hell out of here. Or if not, do these changes, if that's the middle ground that you guys want to take.
The players that are excited about them or excited about specific mechanics are players who have given up the thought entirely that CG will ever get rid of them. So they are just trying to make the best case of a bad situation. And that, and part of it, I wish when players who are of that mentality, they would state that, because I feel like CG, well, not everybody hates them. See, these guys love them. They're theory craft and they're having a grand old time. I'm like, yeah, it's because you literally wiped the board of everything that we've done and said, now play with these toys. And the problem is, a lot of us are invested enough into the game where we're like, fine, we'll do it. We'll play with these toys because this is what we have now to play with. But you don't like it. They're not your favorite toys. It's just the only ones you have available. So you're going to do it. But I mean, as we've gone on further and further in Datacron, you're watching the high end player base just start shredding players because they are just done playing the game. They don't care. They don't want to be a part of it. They're tired of you get to 9-10 million GP and you're like, man, I'm done grinding all this stupid crap. I'm kind of at a point where I can do what I want. I can kind of follow the meta without much problem. I'm not stuck behind all these bull crap, things that I don't have or whatever else. And then now Datacrons are out there going, well, you got to farm this every month. You get one conquest to do it. And then if you don't do it, then you're crystal spending to get anything useful. And yeah, good luck. It puts too much of a barrier in the way of players at the high end, because players at 6-7 million and below, they don't care about Datacrons for a lot of it because they don't even have the roster to interact with it. So it's like like you said earlier, Ranger, it all comes down to an arms race, and a lot of these guys are just done running. They're done with it. They don't care anymore. They're just like, you know what? I can't do this for every month. I can't grind and grind and grind and grind and then be told, well, sorry, you didn't get the best thing. You're going to lose this GAC round because of it.
I actually had a recording last night for the Old Man's Cantina, and I had a solo base 15 on.
Oh, solo was on. Okay.
Yeah, and I had the poor guy on. The podcast went on for 2 hours and 14 minutes. That was a marathon, and he said the same thing for him being on the top end, that the amount of money that is being spent and the amount of level 9s that he's encountering and the mods that he's dealing with is just the likes of things that we've, some of us, myself included, have never seen. And I mean, he did bring in some really interesting points. He does think that Datacron's kind of refresh the meta. There are some problems with it, but unfortunately it's an evil we have to deal with. It's something that I don't think CG is ever going to scrap. This is something that the top tier players are going to, I think if I remember correctly, he had said something to the point where he had talked to somebody in the top 50 and they refreshed, I think, one or several, like over 50 times.
Oh, yeah.
All that he wanted.
Oh, yeah. If you look at the top players and their Datacrons, man, it's atrocious, dude. I mean,
and they're dropping so many amounts of crystals in Conquest to keep farming. And when CG sees those returns, they're not going to scrap this. This is here to stay.
Then they're not getting the pulse of the community. I mean, as I said, people are spending not because they like Datacrons, because it's a necessity. It's an arms race. They're not doing it because they're like, hey, this makes me feel good. There's some purchases you make because you spend money because it makes you feel good. It's like I enjoy this. I'm enjoying doing this, and I get some benefit. There's other times like I got to spend this money. I have to do this no matter what. So it's like paying bills. You don't like paying bills, but you got to do it if you want to have water and heat and stuff like that. It's just the way it is. It's the way of the world. So if you're going to put people in that position, yeah, they'll spend money. But you better understand why they're spending money. I've talked to a buttload of those players. Loki's out. With GAC, he's out. He says, I do not want to invest in this crap. I don't want to be a part of it. I've done what I need to do. I'll play the game, for what I want to play it for. But I ain't invested in this crap. There's a lot of players like that. And it's
Warrior quit again.
Yeah, Warrior quit again. I mean, you mentioned the guilds. I mean, Ray Rock in the chat saying Mo Pills said he was thinking about quitting. I mean, Mo Pills? That dude, man, really? I mean, it's not sustainable because the new players aren't going to invest in this crap. If you lose all the Krakens and stuff that are spending now, and you're hoping that the new players coming up will want to invest in it, they're going to be like, no, I don't want to invest in this, and we won't invest in this.
They need to stop with the Relic 3 shit. They need to cancel that right out.
Yeah.
Like, even if you have characters in Gear 12, you should be able to have fun and use these things. That paywall of, they got to be relics. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
It is.
I don't agree with that. That's one thing in the rollout that they did that I went, wait a minute. For a lot of players, especially mid-game players, they don't have the roster to use these damn things.
No.
Yeah, Scott Peterson says Arnold can't stand GSC now. I can't stand GSC now. Nev can't stand GSC now. Clayton can't stand it. Logan can't. We all hate GSC now, which is really sad. It was my favorite game mode. I still enjoy it, but that's more of like dicking around with you guys and having fun. I don't enjoy GAC. Are you kidding me?
It's perfunctory now. I haven't streamed a GAC in 4 rounds.
I don't blame you.
I just don't want to. I just do not want to.
I mean, it's horrible. It's really horrible. I just do it for the lols, dude. I mean, it's because I'll try to win, but it ain't because I'm like, thinking that this is going to be happy JoJo time. It's more like just dicking around with you guys. That's what I do for the community.
How drunk can we get and still play GAC?
Yeah, that's really what we do, man. Fridays and Wednesdays is the day I drink, and that's the day that I just get plastered, and it's like, Jesus Christ. I have to drink on Fridays because Clayton's been there. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, Clayton? And the chat, jumping in and we start theorizing. We're like, what do you do here, man? Like, what do I do with the Ray that has 70, has the 75% damage in 3s and has 400% health still? But if I use my GMK, then what the hell do I do with the rest of these teams that are sitting there with all these 25% centimeter Datacrons? It's almost unplayable. I mean, Arnold, what was his record? 3-6 overall, I think, Nev. He had a really rough time with this last GSA. But I mean, what's enjoyable? I mean, we play this game to have fun. It's Star Wars. We like to talk Star Wars. We like to do stuff with Star Wars. We like to talk about the characters. And for instance, I'm excited about Jabba. I'm excited about Profanity. I'm super excited about Ben Swallow. These are fun characters that are going to come in. This is a hero collection game and stuff like that. And I enjoy that kind of that part of the game and use them in different parts of the game. But when the game part that I'm supposed to use them in is so broken that I can't even take advantage of the stuff that I've invested in, it becomes unplayable. And GAC has reached that level for me. It's like, well, guys, we're going to go in against this Ray. Let's see what the hell happens. I have no idea what the hell's about to happen. Okay, we got molested. Okay, well, that's the end of GAC. Thanks for joining us, guys, because I was going to say,
and then 10 minutes in, you feel like you had to end your stream.
Yeah.
Well, and that was something we touched on a long time ago, is that the depth that they allowed Datacrons to interact with your roster, I think, is just too much. The GLs should just be full on out. We have so many things in this game that are, well, if GLs are present, or except for GLs or whatever else, they are the characters in this game that do not need lifting for anything. I mean, if you want to sell me a characters lifter, that's a whole other can of worms. But GLs do not need 400% health steal. They do not need brand new effects to allow them to do shenanigans beyond what they're doing. Rey does not need to really be doing 75% more damage per alive ally with her ult. It just doesn't need to exist.
I got so many holes with that tag.
Oh, I did too, man. It's stupid. I said that one round I had 28 holes. I still lost, but I mean, I was shocked. I'm like, God damn, man. How bad are Datacrons, dude? 28 holes? Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just what it comes down to, man. It's just like there are some things that they just... I'm of the mindset that same thing as you here, Logan. I don't think they're gonna pull it. But I am of the mindset of I am being as critical as possible while still offering solutions to what they need to do to change it, because that is the only thing that they will even consider when you talk to them. If you just sit there and rag on them for an hour and a half about how shitty the game is, all they do is go, well, okay,
Yeah.
It makes money.
Yeah.
We're going back to that.
But take them off GLs. Stop limiting the mid-game players to Relic 3. And I understand it's a business. They monetized it. But they monetized this shit out of the gate.
Yeah.
Out of the gate, they went, ooh, open up your checkbooks.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Do you want to make the meta team even more meta? Have a Datacron.
I know the first few teams was Ray and JMK, and I remember talking to you, Nev. I was like, did I miss something, Nev? Because we've been doing a lot of reports the last couple years on GAC that Ray and JMK were having problems in GAC. Did I miss that note? I mean, there's something I'm not looking at here. You know, those teams need to be more ridiculous than they already were. So it is what it is, folks. So we live with it. We adjust. I mean, it's what we do if we want to play game. But I mean, Jesus. Yeah, the stats on this stuff too, Ray Rock and others, it's they've got to rethink the stats. They cannot have those kind of absurd stats for this crap.
Yeah.
It's just outrageous.
Well, it's like we have no hard data on what Malgus is going to look like 5v5 in the wild, and now you throw Datacrons in it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Say some poor guy went out.
Someone said 400% offense. I mean, throw that on with everything else he's going to get with his 3 GAC. If you have all 3 Omicrons, just like,
and he's got 200% armor, all 3 Omicrons, and it's like, I mean, it's already at the point where if you see Malgus on the board, you better have another GL to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and then if someone put JMK and Malgus down, like, well, which one do I attack? You know, because if we got the JMK stun Datacron, you're like, I'm in big trouble here. You know?
Yeah.
The RNG on Datacrons is horrible too. I mean, I'm sorry, it is.
And then in their back wall, they put gas with the Stunacron, and you're like, oh shit.
That's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
Stun lock for 5 turns for 500, please.
I'll take the beating for 500, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, they're just
nice squad there. Shame if we put a Datacron on it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, CLS could totally win. Not anymore.
No.
I mean, that was the big thing that we talked about way when this whole thing came out, and I mean, it feels like we're just rehashing this over and over again. But I mean, my biggest issue with Datacron is the fact they just devalue your investment, whether it's time or money. They are just cutting it right off at the kneecaps and going, well, if you don't want to do more money, then I guess you're not going to have the thing to win. So you're just going to be like, man, you know what's really cool? I've got 24 Relic 9 characters here. And this guy with 24 Relic or level 6 Datacrons just chewed through my defense like it was made of paper. And I'm doing nothing on his defense because that's 12 level 9 Datacrons over there, and I'm kicking rocks. You know, it's just things of this nature where it's like, where you invest in the Fennec counter for Lord Vader. Well, if that Lord Vader's got a Hellsteel Datacron, you're probably out of luck.
I don't even bother with it anymore. No,
exactly.
I'm 50-50 on that. I mean, sometimes sometimes I'm just like, well, he lost.
I'm taking Slacker. I'm done. I'm gonna take terrible banners, but I'm taking Slacker.
Yeah.
It's just Jedi Knight. Well, the only reason Jedi Knight Revan with Jedi Knight Luke versus Slacker will even work in 5s now is because of the Datacrons. The old Ben one will be kind of fun to have, but I mean, like, again, they're fun parts to play with, but it's not like having them is just circumstantial. You don't really want to deal with it. So there's a lot of these things would just get.
I think at the end of the day real quick. So I think at the end of the day, they've missed the mark here on this. We play this game to have a bunch of characters that we can use in lots of game modes and not worry about this other nonsense, right? Give us the new stuff. We'll work toward it. Give us more game modes so we can play more with these characters and stuff in them and get rid of this other crap. GAC, you want to make it competitive, keep doing Omicrons. Get rid of Datacrons. My solution is get rid of Datacrons, period. It's not the right time, and they're not well situated for most of the player base. So get rid of Datacrons. Let's go back to what it was. Keep doing Omicrons. We love them. I think they're great in TW. I think they're great in GAC. and then just let us use these characters, and then focus on game modes where we can use more of these teams and characters and farm these characters, because it's a hero collection game. We can go use this shit more places and have more fun in these game modes. And Conquest ain't the answer either. I mean, Conquest is, we call it Grind Quest, but that's not a name you want for something where you have to go, you know, it'd be fun using the same team 40 times. I've got 200 and something other characters. You don't want me to use those? You want me to use the same team 40 times?
Or having different variations of Rey and Kylo in one team.
I mean, if you have Rey,
I love that one.
Yeah, if you have Rey and Kylo GL'd, which I do, then you're okay. A lot of people don't.
Well, but I mean, think about how much like dumb overlap they have. Well, you gotta have 40 resistance battle wins and 40 first order battle wins. Oh, and then you gotta do 20 wins with
Rey and Kylo.
veteran Han and Kylo run on mashed, and then we gotta do this whole team of 20 wins with this Kylo Rey team. It's just like, really, guys? Like, can't we just do something a little bit more generic? Like, I don't know. I'd even do like 50 teams of just light side team wins, and then 50 teams of just dark side team wins. Like, up it a little bit, but then just make it super generic. Like, why do I get the thematic part of it? They want it to be themed to the event, what the character is. But we can do that in the sector bosses, feats where it's like 14 battles.
Yeah.
Not 40.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's some this one, at least the doubling up in some sectors is a lot more tolerable. But then again, the stamina becomes the issue. It's like, oh yeah, I needed to do these 50 resistance kills in sector 2, and then in sector 4 I have to turn around and do 14 battles with resistance. Yay! They have no stamina. I guess I'll wait 3 days and come back to it. Like, it's just, I don't know how they thought we were going to get through it. They're like, yeah, that team that you just needed to do that feat with, you got to use them again in the next zone. Best of luck.
Yay.
Now, in response, I wanted to ask this question. In response to Datacrons, do you three think? Because I've heard different things. I've heard some content creators say no. I've heard some content creators say yes. And we're all content creators here. Do you think Datacrons have opened more of a door to theory crafting and made it a theory crafter's playhouse? Or has it just convoluted and screwed everything up so much that, I mean, has this
it's not possible. It's not possible, because you've got stats 1 and 2, then the special, right? And you have no idea what those first 2 ones are going to be. You don't know what 4 and 5 is going to be. You don't know what 7 and 8 is going to be. So it is as random as the stats you get on a mod. So it is not possible to theory craft with that. Say, oh, okay, so we're going to test this Datacron with this team. It's like, but 2 and 3 of this. Sorry, but 1 and 2 of this, 4 and 5 of this, and 7. So it'll only work if your stats or those 6 locations are the same as mine.
Yeah, there's no theory crafting. If you don't have the right team based off the Datacrons I have, there's no theory crafting. It just go in there and take your beating like a man. That's all it is. There's no theory crafting associated with this. I mean, if they have the JMK, if they put JMK on defense with the stun Datacron because they were lucky enough to get it, and then they get the Rey one, and then they get the other ones because they invested. You ain't beating that shit. I had one that had 6 GLs on defense. I had 4 and one other team for GLs. There's no way. I got crushed. They had all the right Datacrons with all the stats. There's no theory crafting. At that point, I'm like, who do you guys want to watch me get my ass beat with? And that's what it came down to. It's like, all right, let's try Wampa versus C. Okay, we got molested. Okay, that was bad. So we're done. At that point, I'm like, okay, we can't win. There's no theory crafting. I can't come up with a team that can come over these GLs and stuff. So, let's just dick around and have some fun. Let's drink and be merry. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Amen.
So I feel how the theory crafting goes around Datacrons is the epitome of the kindergarten or peewee, football team getting all excited about about their big game and how they're going to run these plays, and they're going to do all these things, and they're going to just revolutionize. They're going through their playbook, they're drafting all these cool plays, and they go out, they find out the opposing team is the high school team. They're just going to get wrecked, and that's the biggest problem with the Datacron, is because if you can't refine it, I mean, I literally spent all of season 2 of Datacrons trying to get a Jedi Knight Luke bonus turn Datacron. I have gone through 4 separate level 9s to get it.
Ouch. That was expensive.
Well, because I quit doing the 800k rerolls. I couldn't get the mats for it. I'm like, I gotta go and try to get to level 9 with not having to reroll 3 and 4 or 3 and 6 to then get as many attempts as possible onto level 9. And I couldn't get it. And I tell you what, that Jedi Knight Luke bonus turn in 3s was destructive.
It was dirty. It's
dirty.
Dirty.
JMK could barely scratch it.
Yeah.
You could lose both your team members in a heartbeat if you didn't get the right turns. C, which would easily counter Jedi, gets demolished because he doesn't move for 7 turns straight. Slacker, same thing. Rey might survive it better, but it just depends. And there's just so many things that become this problem. So it's like they're theory crafting fun because you can kind of tool with it and do all these things, but it's like theory crafting when before all this came along, it didn't mean shit unless you took those characters to Relic 8. You can have a cool team, but if you don't have you need the high end, you need good mods, good damage, and then maybe, your Mon Mothma team can fight Rey. But Datacrons is like, okay, well, you got a team that could do that. And now Rey has the ability to gain. She doesn't even need anything. Rey would literally need a level 2 Datacron that rolled Hellsteel on one of those, and your ability for your Mon Mothma team to beat that goes right out the window. So I think the problem is that the duality of it is that it's fun to theory craft with Datacrons, but you're so easily crushed by the fact that your opponent can have just as equally invested in you and take one thing that basically just goes, hey, everything that you built on beating this team. This one Datacron counters that, and here it goes on defense. Have a good time. And that's I think it just rolls back. You can theory craft, but it's almost useless because at the end of the day, if your opponent has the same level of investment in Datacrons as you do, it all comes back down to fundamental stuff. It doesn't matter how much you invest in the Datacrons. If they've got better modding than you, if they've got better defense strategy than you. Yeah. Relics, whatever, it just goes right back to the out the door again.
Absolutely. Like, for instance, if I set my Super Ray on D, if my opponent didn't have the Jedi Knight Luke or the Jedi Master Luke level 9, I got to hold. If they had it, they beat it in one try.
Yep. And
I
that's exactly
did have
what
the JML one for 3s, and I still lost to Rey. That was horrifying. It just the hell still did. I could not kill her monkey ass, dude.
Every time it was Armor Hoda, wasn't it? When you did that one with JML?
Yeah.
Yeah, and literally she would count. She got
her
the
down
3
to
stacks,
yellow, and she went right back to green.
Yeah,
and it's like,
she would counter and full heal. I'm like, what do? JML doesn't have health immunity or heal immunity in its kit, so now your counter that typically works goes right out the window.
Yeah, before then, especially in 5s, I would use JML against her all the time. That was easy banners. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Now it's like, no, that's not on the board.
Yeah. And again, it just rolls back to that Datacrons have shown one thing really well. It shows how well that they will undercut your investment, either time or money. That's what they're showing. Is like, it doesn't matter how much you did in the game. This Datacron will say for the next 3 months. You're screwed. Sorry. Get it or get lost. Your call.
I blame Finn. Yeah. Stupid ass Finn. All right, get your questions in. If you guys want to talk about something besides Datacrons, we've kind of been going in it, but we're getting ready for GAC for 5v5, and it's on people's minds, and we're just frustrated.
And then the new set's out, and it's interesting to think about, and there's parts of it that can be fun, but I mean, like I said, I enjoy the part of toying with it, but the practical use of it, I loathe.
I loathe it too. I know Nev loathes it. I mean, we all loathe it. I mean, it's just like, it's frustrating.
It's exacerbating.
It really is. So I'm focused on other things. Gonna get Profundity. Then we'll go work on Jabba. I'll knock those out for you guys, and we'll go have some fun with those characters when we can. And so, yeah.
Are you looking at day one, Profundity Ranger?
Yeah.
Oof, I'm close, but I think I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have
That's
to
okay.
wait for the next month.
That's okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, it's what's gonna hold me back is the material I need to put Radis to 9.
Yeah.
That's
I have the material. That's why I can say that. DJ Scream says, hello, Tomahawk from DJ Scream. He's watching. Well, I mean, you guys give me a voice. What voice do I need to do it in? Nav.
Kermit.
Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog here from Sesame Street News, and we have a big shout out to Tomahawk 16 from DJ Scrim. Yeah, and this message was brought to you by the letters P and I. Pi, yeah, 3.14, yay! Mary J. joins us as Mary just pizza. I could have done all kinds of voices. I could be like, listen, this shout out goes, nobody does shout outs rather than me. It's tremendous. This is President Trump. I just want to say shout out to Tomahawk. He's a big fan of mine. He hates China like as I do because we don't like trade. Nobody hates trade more than me. Wait a minute. I mean, nobody loves trade more than me. So there you go.
You do not let the Datacron go.
Nobody does
fight you.
Datacrons better
I
than
will
me.
kill you.
Tremendous stuff with Datacrons. I have all 1,000 of them. They're in my account. I JC better than anybody. Ask anyone who's ever JC'd against me. I'm amazeballs. You gotta have some fun, right?
I wish I could do a Boris Johnson for you, but I just can't.
I could if I spent some time listening to him more.
I'd
yeah.
need to listen. I'd need to listen to him. I mean, I can put on the public schoolboy accent, but you know, there's public school and then there's Eton, and that's where he went. So it's a little bit harder.
Yeah. In England, there's all different types of accents. There's more of the Liverpool accent. How are you? And then
Scouse. There's a Scouse accent. You right, mate?
Hello there.
there's
How you
a
doing
gentleman-
there, buddy? Glad
Yeah,
to
there's
know
a
you.
gentleman from the Good Morning Korriban podcast who's a diehard First Order fan, and every time he brings up First Order, I think about that gentleman that was the head, I believe, of Parliament, who'd always go, "Order, order."
Oh yeah.
No,
Order.
No. That's the Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
Yes,
Speaker of the
thank
House.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
He was
all
great.
everything, all speech is directed at
Yeah.
the Speaker of the House. You do not address somebody else in the House of Commons.
Yes,
You address the Speaker of the House.
I love watching the House.
And that's
I
what
watch
gives-
that shit all the
that-
time, man, because
that's
those
what
people
gives-
are ruthless, dude.
That's
man, they
what
go at
gives
each
an
other.
MP. That's what gives an MP parliamentary privilege.
Yes.
They can say whatever they want because they're saying it to the Speaker of the House,
That's
not
smart.
to another.
Just once in one of those movies, I wanted Hux to go, "Order!" Just once. Just once. I wanted him to do that.
Russ says, "Hey DJ, just trying to figure out full droid wins watching RSG. Full droid wins? You talking Conquest, baby?
Oh, hey, if it's non-separatist, it's bugged.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah.
So you cannot use IG-88. You need to be using full light side droids, I want to say.
I heard the Purge feat was bugged too. If you went against an Inquisitor squad, and
Yeah,
they-
we didn't get it.
I
I
know it
tried to look
counts.
for that. Yeah. That purge feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some bugs
Can-
going on with this stuff right now, Russ.
Can confirm that is.
I
mean,
usually go in with Grievous and the droids and stuff. I'll throw even Watt on there just to get the kills or whatever it's required, and it does pretty well. But this Conquest has been buggy as balls, dude. I mean, I don't have a definitive answer for you there, Russ. I wish
Can't
I
say I
did.
noticed. Still in Sector 1.
I'm in Sector 3, mate. I'm doing quite.
Can't
quite
say I've
good.
noticed.
It's pretty nice.
I've used all of my
Maybe
top
Sector
6
4
teams at
tomorrow.
least once.
Yeah, Sector 4
That's
feet. Yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow there, Russ. If you watch me during the lunch stream, we'll do Conquest during there. I'm in Sector 3 at the boss, but I'm not going to spend 100 crystals to get past it unless someone donated $1 million in Monopoly
I
money.
can't remember the last time I looked at a feat list. I genuinely, off the top of my head, I cannot tell you the last time I looked at a feat list.
We're doing pretty well. I mean, we're
I just do
I'm
not-
doing
I-
this over and over, but yeah, you don't want to do it against the 501st or Rex lead clones because yeah, Echo's going to tear your ass up. So I wouldn't do it for that. Sometimes when I see those teams, I'll use a different team. It's like, oh, Rax clones. Don't really have much of a choice. I got to face this shit. Okay, well, F that. I'll go do the droid after that battle and see what I can come up with. But it sure in the hell ain't going to be against that team because, yeah, they always land stuff. I was doing, I always like to show the executor counters during the lunch stream. And I was doing first order counter today, and it took us 3 fights to beat the team. One, he's really modded well and a really good team with Pariah's teams. And the RNG on that was just atrocious, man. It was horrible. I mean, we took out a lot of shits, but I couldn't beat it because the RNG at the end just got me. It was like, God damn it, Jim. What the hell are we doing, man? This is some horrible shit. I'm just trying to do a first order counter for the boys and girls out there and teach them how to do stuff correctly. And I'm getting my ass beat at the end. It's not the way it's supposed to work, say. Nah. Yeah.
George, I don't do Nigel Farage, but I have met him and I asked him a rather awkward question.
Oh, have you?
During,
You ran for office. Yeah,
when they
did run for office. That's right.
Yeah, I what was it? It was. I'm trying to remember. It was the mid-noughties. It was soon after the crash of 2008, and all the parties. Oh, we need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this. And I was like, okay. So I had the opportunity to ask him. I went, have you even contemplated, putting currency back on the gold standard? Because clearly government hasn't got a clue about what interest rates are good for the people. And he was like, oh, I'll just bring this person in. And then he brought Neil Hamilton in. And Neil Hamilton's like this complete and utter, it's like, really, an important of economic consequence. And you're going to bring in one half of the Hamilton sandwich because his wife was some kooks. There were some kooks in UKIP. Trust me, some really, really eccentric, kooky people.
There are. I watch BritBox all the time. I'm very familiar with British television. Probably surprised, Nev.
We are funny. We make funny shows.
You do, actually. Monty Python's some of my favorite shows of all time.
Have you gone and watched Red Dwarf yet?
Yes, I've watched Red Dwarf. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, man. Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, all that shit, dude. I've watched all that.
Boys from the Dwarf.
Red Dwarf was a good show. I like that show a lot. Just silliness, but sometimes you just need good, just ridiculousness to watch, just to wash the day away and just have fun. I used to, Monty Python and the Flying Circus, man, legends, man,
God,
they're
classic.
so good. God,
the only funny thing that I'm really, really enjoying at the moment is the Orville. It's got me.
Orville's good.
Like,
I'm trying to think of the stuff I watched in BritBox. I watched Father Brown. It's got the guy from Harry Potter in it, and I've really enjoyed the seasons.
Father Brown? You mean Father Ted?
Father Brown.
Oh, Father Brown. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great show. I mean, it really is. It takes place in the 50s. And it's a really good show. It's a good murder mystery, and Father Brown is just ridiculous. So I really enjoyed that one. There's been some other stuff I've watched. It's really good. There's tons of them. I haven't seen them all. I mean,
Fab is very hashtag is absolutely fabulous. Is brilliant. It's just it's so funny. It's Jennifer Saunders at her funniest. Like there's this obviously. I mean, it doesn't play in the UK. It just seems to play over here. But the joke is that women aren't funny. But in the UK, female comedians are 10 times funnier than American comedians.
I don't know about that. I mean, Dave Chappelle.
British women. I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry. British women are funnier than American women. They just are.
That's subjective.
I could buy it on that.
I could buy it on that a little bit because British women are
French and Saunders, Victoria Wood.
I could see that. You said comedians, though. That was like, wait a minute, man. There's some legends over here in the U.S.
Comedians. I'm talking about the ladies.
The ladies.
The ladies.
The ladies. Right.
As this is, as the Little Britain sketch goes, I'm a lady. The David Walliams sketch.
The funniest, one of the funniest things. What's his name that did the Darth Vader skit? What's his name? The guy that looks to drag. He was in those movies. God, I gotta think of it.
Drag? Are you talking about
the guy with the blonde hair, and he did this whole thing about Vader and the cantina and the Death Star and stuff. I thought it was gonna
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard, goddamn, that shit had me in.
Eddie Izzard is brilliant.
Oh my god, I was dying, dude, watching
Eddie
that
Izzard
shit.
is a very, very funny comedian.
Lord Vader.
What?
Cake of death.
I'm
I
Lord
didn't
Vader.
jump in,
Vader.
please.
I'm Lord of the Death Star. The Death Star. Well, you still have to get a tray.
You don't need a tray. And this tray is wet. And this tray is wet. And
I
this
could kill
tray
you
is
with
wet.
this tray. I have the power of the Force. I could use the Force to kill you and crush you with the Force. No, it's for the food. Oh, well, all right.
Yo, Mr. Stevens. The first time I ever watched that, I almost fell out of my chair.
It's so good, man. He is brilliant. I thought I was gonna die, man. It's one of the best things I've ever heard about Star Wars, dude. I was just
And then did you ever see? I think it's on
God.
YouTube. They have the little Lego figures.
yeah.
Acting out what
They had the
he's
little
saying. Oh my
this
God.
yeah, they did.
It was so
It's
good.
so good, goddamn. I loved it. All right, we're gonna go start wrapping it up, folks. So get your questions in if you have a minute. I'll make sure you put the word question for the extra question statement. Go for a few more minutes here, top of the hour, and then we're gonna close it down because I got more streams to do. So these folks have more stuff to do. You can see me and the Nev tomorrow on the GA Center, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So we've got the data.
Yeah, just me and
We
Nev
need the data.
Yeah, data. We need data. But yeah, we'll have some fun, and then we'll do the lunch stream tomorrow. We'll have the GA Center tomorrow night, and then we'll do the lunch stream on Friday. Then me and Clayton will be back on Friday night for happy hour. That'll be fun. And then Jedi Academy.
I won't be here Friday night. I'll let you know right now.
Well,
I'm driving up to my wife's doing a Spartan race Saturday morning in Seattle, so I got to drive her. We're staying at a friend's house in Wenatchee.
happy hour is going to be very lonely.
I'll send you some first round money.
All right.
I will be talking.
I'll
to
drink and eat pizza for you, Clayton. God damn it. I
Appreciate
gave
it.
up arguing with Clayton about this shit a long time ago. Clayton's going to do what Clayton's going to do. So I'm just like, just send whatever you're going to send, brother. I just give up at this point. Like, you don't have to send it. Clayton's like, yeah, hold my beer.
I'm off to Boston on Friday.
Boston.
To the, Celebrity Con to go meet. Shit. I just had his name and it just escaped. Well, William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, and Cobra Kai is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yep.
Hell yeah, baby.
I can't
No,
wait for that
my-
show.
Bro,
My-
I'm super jelly on that
fiance
one.
paid for a meet and greet.
God
But
damn.
I'm also gonna get to talk to Moff Gideon.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Oh, wow. Holy shit, dude. Man, you're living the life, dude. Yeah, the last
Yep.
thing I went to is our boy hooked me up for the Bill Burr concert, and oh my God. Front row seats, dude. I was just dying, man. That was unbelievable, man. He's a good man. Andrew Kapta. He's a good man. Oh, God. So good times. That's awesome, dude. Contingent, there's my boy. Yeah, it was Andrew Kopta. Sorry, I've been drinking too much. It's this question, howdy. I have 7 Omnis built up and was wondering what you thought the best use for them were other than Starkiller and Dadbot. I have all those.
Okay, so let's go through
Quite
the
a few.
obvious
Mary
ones.
Jade,
Wampa.
Wampa,
He has 7?
Johanny. Yeah, he's got
Wampa,
7.
definitely.
Ask him about the chicken. Get the hell out of here, JT.
Well, the first question that you need to
Qui-Gon,
see
definitely
real
Qui-Gon.
quick is which way do you want to lean, TW or GAC?
Yeah.
Like, are you in a guild that's going to be requiring the Starkiller Omni team for TW, or if you're going to be a lot more free agent? Because there's a like if you're going to go just off the top of the
Not
list,
Chirpa. God
Kick
damn it,
rocks.
Ewok love. Kick rocks. Yeah.
because Mara and Juhani, if you have them at relics, I mean they're fantastic. They make Starkiller.
I'm doing
Mar
Mar next, man. She's just time, dude. She's the next one. I got plenty of time to go get 60 for Bensuela, but Mar needs hers, man.
Yeah, I
with
gave
with
Mara
Johanny,
hers,
yeah, I'm
and
doing
it's-
hers next.
yeah.
She's I'm convinced on that shit. That's just nasty.
She's a goddess.
Well,
Actually, it
she's
does remind-
yeah, she is ginger. Yeah.
That
She's a
does
goddess.
remind me what I was supposed to do today. Scrolling down to Ufa, Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum,
Oh,
and slap on that Omicron.
that's not a bad one either. They're nice choices. They're pretty good.
Well, she's Relic 8,
Sure.
and she's got 10,010 damage.
I can't wait for
Nice.
Bensuela, dude. That damage at Relic 9, 11,500.
Dude, I know. He's gonna
I thought
hit so
I
hard.
thought Clayton was making that number up. I'm like, no, you're full of
Ugh.
shit. And he sent me the screenshot. I'm like, holy God, holy ridiculous numbers, Batman. I was like, Jesus Christ, just on his basic alone, he's going to molest somebody. Good God.
Yeah.
You know, Solo Base brought up a good point during the show he was on with me, and I've heard him say it on the Gambit a couple times on how asinine he thought it was that people didn't get Rey because they either didn't like the character or didn't want to put the gear into Rose Tico. And now lately, every goddamn incentive has been presented to you to go get Rey.
She's an easy one to get, man. Low relics, you know.
The easiest.
I know the Purse Brothers, a little bit of Cartex, and I know there's a lot of furnaces associated with. No, that's First Order. So yeah, other than the Cartex for the Purse Brothers, I mean, you're looking at Relic 3.
Resistance is eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just eyeballs and
golden eyeballs.
Yeah, and you can farm the shit out of those at the guild
Ben
store.
Swallow's kit is just dirty.
God.
It's just
filthy,
absolutely dirty.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some of the videos, you know, people, you know, looking at him in Conquest, but that's not really the Ben Swallow we're going to be dealing with. And I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to be
What did Arnold
gross.
say? The one that they've got is like level 1 abilities.
Yeah, so just put
Yeah.
that into your pipe and smoke it and figure it out. I mean, you know,
Like no Omicron's activated, no nothing. It's just
That's
level 1 ability.
yeah.
It's just something else. They're giving you a free ally, and they're like, that's all you need.
yeah. So it's not really going to be the end all be all. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Malgus. I heard some people poo pooing on Malgus when he first came out. I'm like, I don't know what you're looking at, but he's pretty gross.
I mean,
Well,
50% mastery to the rest of his team. Sorry, that's damn good.
That's redonkulous numbers. I mean, those stats he gets in 5s, man. I'm just telling you guys right now, Malgus is going to need a GL to take him out. I'm just telling you right now.
If you see Malgus with the original Sith Empire lineup and Talon, your best bet is going to be a GL counter, because I think with Malik present, there isn't a Starkiller team that can beat it.
No.
I put my Malik to Relic 9 and my Darth Revan to Relic 8 for the sole purpose of you're only beating my Malgus, who's also Relic 9, without a legend.
Yeah. It's going to be nasty, man. It's going to be really bloody nasty, and I'm just looking forward to it. So, all right, I think with that, we can start wrapping it up. I mean, again, had a fun night, swuggle and chill with you guys. That's what it's all about. We'll be back tomorrow for the lunch stream. Me and Nev will be tomorrow on the Escape Pod Cast channel on Twitch. Doing the GA Center, we have a lot of fun doing that, going over all the content creators that we can and sharing their stats. I'm going to be interested to see what the stats were this week, Nev. If they were anything like last week, man, GAC has gone down the goddamn tornado of hell.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, those stats last week, we're seeing 40, 50, attempts. We're seeing like 30 holds on everybody's stats, 2 and 1, 1 and 2. It was like, good God damn. Like, what the hell are we looking at?
Less than a handful of people on a roster of 50 got 3 and 0s. Less than a handful. It's just,
3 and 0's like it's like the albatross.
Absolute cardons. It's red weddings every single week.
Yeah.
Well, and we talked about this a long time ago, Ranger, is the accounts, once you break that 10 million point, they just literally have the ability to brute force.
Yeah.
Because and Datacrons have only exasperated that issue.
Yeah.
Because I have the roster to send 5 teams at your 1 just to get cooldowns to where this team will work, and you're sitting there like, if I put 5 teams on the same fight, I would be tapped out. I would be done. So like, there's just so many things about those accounts that just, and especially Datacrons, that just make it. They can just brute force their way through.
We'll show everybody what the stats are going to be like. Though.
Yeah, we'll get you guys squared away. Logan, where can folks check you out, my friend?
I'm sorry?
Where can folks check you out? We're pimping your stuff.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, The Old Man's Cantina. We go live every Tuesday. I try to have a guest on every Tuesday. If not, then myself and my co-host, the Immortal Kane, poor soul, he just started playing. He's like at 40,000 GP. But I think it adds an interesting element to the show that I'm sitting at 9.3. He's at 40,000. I'm trying to get him to buy the hyperdrive bundle, but
it's one of the best values in the game.
He's doing what you're doing, Nev. He's got a free to play pledge, and he's sticking to it.
That's all right. I still think you can be free to play and get the hyperdrive bundle. It's just an expedited, like, with the character shards and stuff. I mean, if you just get that and do nothing else, you can still consider
I
yourself
actually
free to play.
wanted to ask Nev that. If he bought the hyperdrive, would you still consider him free to play?
No, if anybody, no,
I would.
I wouldn't.
Brother, as much as I spend in this game,
because it's $100. It's like I'm just gonna put this $100 into this game, and then it's like.
yeah,
Really?
but it's but it's
Either
just an
spend or
expedited
don't
farm.
spend.
It just I think you're still free to play. I mean, as much as money as I've poured in resources into this game, shit, and you're free to play in my book. I mean, the hyperdrive one was a special bundle. It's a
I'm
unique
afraid
bundle.
to look at my expenditure.
I looked the other
don't
day. I
want-
was like,
I-
fucking hell, man, what am I doing?
I know my average, and that's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
not
right?
because people will
Shit.
cry. Yeah.
Well,
All right. So we'll be back tomorrow for the lunch stream. So thanks you guys for hanging out. Very much appreciated. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments, watch the video the whole way through. Watch time is the most important thing for us here. But if you like the content, subscribe. Do me a favor, check out these other guys who hang out with us
Smash
tonight.
the like button.
Yeah, smash the like, comment, subscribe. It's great. So with that, everyone have a great rest of your night. We love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you when we see you. Peace out.
Toodles.